Hello, my name is Kindson Munonye, and this video is a follow-up of my previous video where I explained how to navigate through records in Microsoft Access database using Netbeans. You display the records in the form and you're able to navigate through it. But in this demo, we are going to learn these functions. Remember, I mentioned that there are about 9 functions that we are going to learn that makes the form work. So these functions are these, and all of them. But I'd like us to go to Netbeans first and create this form from the scratch. Though this particular one is the one I created for myself, I would like us to create it from the scratch. And after we take a look at this code that works. So to create a new form, let's just go to to project Netbeans tutorial. That is the name of my project, and I'll simply say new. I can say JPanel form, I can say JFrame form. I normally use JFrame form, and I call it let's call it my form, and we say finish. Okay, so this new form is created for us, and it's exactly but this is my form. Okay, I think the difference is that this. Okay, let's just proceed. So a new form is created for us, so let's go ahead to add the components. The first one is to add a label. This label is a text I added as my header. Welcome to my tutorials using Netbeans and MS Access. Okay, another one. Oh. List of students in the class. Okay, this one did not save. I have to press enter after each time. So welcome to my tutorials using Netbeans IDE. Oh, okay, good. So we need about 5 text fields, and take notes so that you don't mix up. We have this AWT component is also user interface component, but all the ones, this swing controls is the one you probably will use. So let's go ahead to add one label, one text box, one label, one text box. So here we have text field, one label, one text field, but for now I might just have to copy and paste into several places. So copy or paste, Control V, Control V, Control V. Control V. Okay. So I go ahead to arrange this. Okay, so we have okay, let's say this is students ID. Students ID. Maybe I'll delete for now. Okay, so maybe I'll just okay, I think it's okay that way. Maybe I'll just copy and paste into several places. Just copy and paste. Just move it to a line under the previous one. Okay, copy and paste. Align, paste, align, paste, align. So we change to first name, last name, then we have other name, department. Okay, so we have this for, so sorry, I'm not supposed to do that. Okay, let's go back to the design view. So I add buttons. I need 4 buttons, so just need to copy and paste. Okay, so after that I need to arrange them. Okay, having done this, so just right click, edit text first. Second one, right click, edit text. Last, okay, let's say next, edit text, previous, and last. So we need 2 more buttons for, or 3 more for add new, clear, and show count. So let's say this is clear fields. Edit text, this is let's say as save, and the last one is show count, to show the number of records in the database. So let me just change the font here. You go to properties and you go to font. I like to make it a little bold and 24, and then okay, so okay, let me reduce the font because I'm losing the alignments of the components. I reduce the font size to 18, and that is just fine. So I move back these guys in position here. This one goes, okay, so this one moves here, and this 3 moves here. So I resize this form to the normal size. Okay, something like this. Okay, so it's more or less like the same thing we've been working with before now. I want to change the color of this header to something else. Let's say to blue. My favorite color is blue. Okay, so now I want to remove the text from here because we don't want this default text here. So edit text and remove it. Edit text, remove, and finally the last one. Okay, so we are making progress, and then I like to name the controls because you need to give them meaningful names. So right click, change variable name. I give it the name txt student id. This one txt first name. Okay, this txt. Sorry. Let's change variable name txt last name txt other name txt department this btn play or button. Is good to use this three letter prefix to help you know that the particular type of component you're working with. btn save. I call this btn show count. I call this one btn first. I call this btn next. I call this btn previous. And I call this btn last. btn last. And then I add one more label to display to help me display the count. So this label will be invisible for now. So edit text, we don't need, sorry, hold on. I'll call it btn count, lbl count this time. And then I call it lbl count is fine. So the text will be nothing. I don't want anything in there. So if we save and then we preview this form, sorry, preview design, Nimbus, I don't know about Nimbus. Okay, so we have it. So if we click, nothing happens. Nothing happens at all. So let's go back to look at the codes and then we add it. So we have this code in main form.java. So the source view helps us to see the code. So for my form, that is the one we are working with now. We have package, Netbeans tutorial, and that's all. And so now we want to copy all of these to the place. Copy to main form, and I paste it here. Paste. I might not be able to copy all of these codes, but I'll copy as much as I can to the extent that it will help you understand what you are going to do. So just before the main form declaration, we paste these declarations here. These are static variables defined here. So paste. Paste. Okay. Let's copy. Copy, and I paste here in my form. Okay, that's just fine. So we are having these error messages here. I don't know why. I don't know exactly, but let's see how it works. Okay, we have right inside the class before the main form. Okay, so they actually have to be inside the class. So paste. Okay. Paste it now. So copy, paste. Okay, so we have it. So the next is this create statement. After so the create statement is one of the functions, you remember. So I paste it here. Paste. So that's there. Okay, so now we have this function create statement. Okay, so we have okay, so create result set. So I'd like to copy just this one, that is first to display the first record, and after that we test it and see how it works. Paste. So txt other name, I guess we have this error. So now I want to code for the button so that if the button is clicked, the first record is displayed. So what you do is to double click on the button. It takes you straight to the event handler for that button. So we have this btn first action performed. So what we want to do is to say first. It calls the function first to display the first record. So I save all. So right now I'm going to test my form. That is this form we just created now. And I will see if it will display the first record in our database. So I go ahead to say run file. So this is the file we just created. I don't know why this is. Bingo! So that's all. It displays the first record. So that is how it works. So I want to tell you that the codes for first, next, previous, last are similar codes. But I'll show you the code for declare, the save, and the show count. So let's look at the code for clear. Let's copy and paste. Let's copy and paste. I don't know why we have several of this. btn clear. Should be btn clear, not clear one. Okay, fine. No why it's giving this. The two of them. No. Okay, so I want to paste the code for clear here. So after first I want to paste the code for clear. Okay, clear boxes. txt other name. We have these red lines here, so that's taken care of. So we have btn clear. We need to write code for this clear so that we see how it works. So it takes us directly to the event handler, and then there we say clear boxes. So here what we are doing is to call the clear function to do its work and clear the text boxes. So just right click and say run file. So first record loads clear fields, and those are first records clear field. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to show you is the show count code to display the count, the number of records in the database, the number of records in the database. The number of records in the database is handled by the show count function. Okay, it's handled by the show count function. I pasted it, so go back to the design view and come here, and then I can show count. Okay, so we have this. So if we run this file, we are sure to see the count, 4 records found, and that is just fine. So now I want to show you the code for insert. After now, we open up this code and see how it works, or what is really going on behind the scene. So this is for the save record. So copy this code to this button. Sorry, not to the button, because it's a function. So we paste the function, and the button we call the function. Let's correct this error that always comes up. So okay, so now we want to save the record. So we double click on this button, it takes us to the event handler. So we just say save record. Okay. Save record. That's just fine. So let's go ahead to insert a record and click on the save record to see how it works. So just say run file. Okay, let's add someone, a colleague of mine in the office. LDA blah blah blah. That is the student ID. Daniel Afia. Okay. Young. Department is information technology. Okay, so if I say save, 4 records found. Now show count, 5 records. This is the 5th record now. So let's just drill down to take a look at the codes that are running behind the scenes. Okay, let's start by looking at this create result set. Let me make this bigger so that it becomes clearer. Okay, this is the create result set try class as for name. This specifies the driver. Okay, then we have the exception in case an error occurs when the driver is being specified. Then we have this connection creates a connection to the data source. So access to Netbeans is the name of the data source. S is equal to connection dot create statement result set. Okay, you need to create a statement. Then we have the SQL query then you execute. The statement is equivalent to the command. S is equivalent to command object in the .NET framework. You have ROS is equal to s.getRecordSet. ROS stands for the record sets. ROS is a record set. Then you have the exception is being handled here. Okay, let's look at the code for the first function. We have create result set. The same function create result set. Then we have ROS as first moves to the first moves the cursor to the first record in the table. Then we have all of these. TXT student the set text, that is set the text of the TXT student text field to ROS.getString student ID. So ROS the record set that gets the item on the student ID field and displayed on the text field. So that is how this works. And for next, you simply have to change this ROS.next for previous ROS.previous, and for last you have ROS.last. So that's it. So for the clear boxes, we have TXT student ID the set text. You set it to empty to nothing, and it goes. It clears the text field. So you have the show count, you create statement, okay. But now I have to also create another result set that selects the count. So the query, the SQL query statement here is select count. That is count. Of course, you know that count returns the number of records in the underlying table. So when you create it, you have this count is equal to R. This time R is a result set. Get count, row count. Okay, get count, row count, get int row count, as you can see this row count here, and then you convert the integer result to string by concatenating it with the string here, and then LBL count, the set text. LBL count is a label that displays the count there in the form. If I'm too fast in this video, you can just pause and maybe rewind to backtrack to find out exactly the explanation. So the last function I'm going to explain now is a save record. The save record, the same thing happens. You create the result set, but now you need this statement ROS.move to insert row, and if you do that, you now set the update string. The update string takes two parameters, the name of the field and the data you want to add. And the name of the field here is student ID, and the data is coming from TXT student.getText, that is the text displayed or entered in the TXT student ID field there in our form. And the same thing goes for the first name, the last name, the order name, and the department. And after this specification of the update string, then you have to write ROS.insert row to commit or insert this row back into the database. And after you insert, I call my show count to display the count of the records there on the form. Maybe I'll have to paste all of these codes somewhere below my video, or maybe in my website or in my blog, so that you'll be able to get it. So let's go back to design view, and then we just see how, just run it one more time to see what happens. So run file, and this is what we are working with. So in my next video, I'm going to show you how to update, how to delete. Now save, we've handled how to insert, and in a different video I'll show you how to display data in a tabular form, just more or less like a grid view in ASP.NET. So I hope this video has been informative for you, and I would like to thank you for viewing.